All right, everyone, what's up? Mike here with you. Watch this video for, can you believe it, May 1st? The SPY kind of ugly today. I thought the chat room did a great job. Let me show. I made a video, a highlight of CGC, a call that I made, a twos buy zone. I love that first pullback to the twos buy zone on a strong stock. And I also talked about that NVO inside fives that I called over the mic this morning. One thing I didn't cover in that video, and you can see it on YouTube, is AGBA, which, wow, it looks like a big failure, right? But Terrence this morning pointed out early that it touched three. Terrence has been pretty valuable in the chat room. There's the opening 5-minute candle. We like people to point out if we got a half number or whole number early, right, as an early high. Terrence pointed it out. It sold off and came back up, and then about 3 minutes into the session, Kevin P pointed out, hey, AGBA is right back up. I was also on the mic saying, hey, if this breaks three, and let me go back to the daily. If this breaks three, you have another high, a recent high of 313 just above. So that's what we talk about, stacked catalysts. Whole number inflection point break, knowing that 313 is another catalyst. Now we go back to 5-minute candles, and you can see why the three break worked. You had that 313 break too, and it just went all the way to 429. So even though when you look at the daily chart and it looks ugly, there was still a really nice set of teamwork in the room. Love you guys. It was some great posts. Terrence, appreciate your morning posts. Kevin P, always appreciate your morning posts. And again, I try to be on the mic and talk about catalysts above on these setups. So that was pretty cool. And again, watch the video on NVO and CGC if you didn't see it and you weren't in chat, or you were in chat and you have any questions about those setups, right? Real quick, back to the SPY. Ugly day. Look at the final 10 minutes of the day using 5-minute candles. It really kind of went down hard. So anyway, let's go back to the daily. Amazon, not sure exactly where it closed, but right now it's trading right around 180. They reported in after hours. So it is set to maybe gap up tomorrow. We'll see. I don't know if they're having a conference call or what, but seemed like they had some decent numbers. So I just thought I'd touch on that real quick because it was a big name in after hours. CYCC, this is what we're watching for tomorrow. Oh, let me put up the quick explanation for you guys. I hate when I forget that, but we always have new faces in chat. So if you're a new face in chat, pause the video and read that. It'll explain really what we're all about in the chat room. All right. So CYCC, let me go maybe the 1-year chart. So you had a pop back here, gave it all back, and then nice volume today. And let's see, today's high 229, the most recent high 235. So those could come into play tomorrow. So I like the look at that. SMPL, simple, I guess. Nice little pop today on volume. Great relative strength to the market because the market was ugly. So we're going to watch that one. BDRX had the gap up on massive volume 3 sessions ago. Topped at 174 and it's starting to curl back up again. So I kind of like the looks of that for a potential day trade. MULN, I better zoom in so we can see this one. This is just a recent high flyer. Big move here and then the gap up today and sold off. So it's sitting here, but just a couple of days ago it was down here. So it's still a strong stock. And as a day trader, we want to keep our eyes on the recent high flyers. So that one makes the list. WGS, nice breakout today. Maybe a follow through setup tomorrow. ALCC, I'm not in love with this one, but it did have this pop yesterday, then a quiet inside day today. So it could be a third day play. Certainly not one of my favorites. NIVF has only been trading for a few weeks, and it's kind of, you can picture a trend line here and here. So it's coiling still. So I am going to keep it on the list. And then a few pot stocks got to be on watch, right? ACB I've chosen to put on there. CGC I've chosen. Those were massive moves. And then I chose Cron because it's actually one that hasn't broken a recent high, which was right up here around $3. So that, that one's a potential catalyst still on the daily chart. So I threw a few pot stocks on watch. DXYZ, look at that narrow range today compared to every day since it's been open. Maybe this thing's ready to bounce. It was on bounce watch today, gave no setup, so no trade. It goes right back on watch for tomorrow. IBRX, weird to have this on bounce watch, right? Because you had the 2-day run and then the 1-day down. But anyway, you slice it. This one went from 5 to 1053 and now is at 8, sort of in the middle of that range. So I still think it's worth watching. Much lower volume today. Worth watching for a potential turn back up tomorrow. And then lastly, I'm going to throw Pinterest on there, which is PINS. There's the daily, but in after hours, this thing went to 41.65. As I'm talking to you, it's trading right around 40 bucks. So certainly a potential gapper tomorrow. And as we always do, we'll work together in the pre-market and add other gappers to our gap playlist. Add those to what I just gave you, this list, and hopefully we'll find some A+ setups together again. All right, I'm done babbling. We'll see you in chat.